Teaching. When you mention that word now, it doesn't seem that intimidating, but at the beginning of the semester, when you mentioned it to me, it was like something out of a horror movie. Maybe not that dramatic, but still, speaking in front of a huge group of people kinda got me on edge. This is the first time I was recorded. A little bit disorganized and didn't really remember what I was supposed to say. Not a lot of eye contact either. But eventually I learned some tips and tricks in order to recall what I was teaching. When I first started writing lesson plans, I literally wanted to blow my head off. Well, maybe not literally. As the semester went on, they got a lot easier to write. Working with the ESL class was probably the most fun I'd had all semester. The teacher even asked me to come back next semester to help out, which I will probably take her up on that offer. In the ESL class, it was always interesting to learn about their cultures, and in turn, have them learn about mine. That was the primary focus of my lesson, to teach them different kinds of slang that Americans use in everyday language. I thought of an interesting way to teach them different kinds of slang by showing them an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was interesting for both of us to see their reactions to that episode. For all I learned in the class, it wasn't until the observation at Summit that I really felt I had grown as a person and as a teacher. It wasn't until I stood in front of 2 classes of 7th graders that I felt that I can be a teacher. The teacher who let me teach his classes at Summit gave me some very interesting information to settle my nerves before I started teaching. He told me that I should just relax. I'm going to make mistakes and I just have to accept that fact. And once I accept that fact, then I can really teach. Eventually I was able to maintain eye contact with the class and offer hints whenever students struggled with answers. I barely had to reference the lesson plan. What I've learned is you can't be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. And you just have to accept that and move on. That's the only way you can grow as a teacher. And even though we've learned so much in this class, we still have so much more to learn.
I'm gonna make a mind if it takes all night. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?